Today we are continuing with percentages and we're going to be looking at calculating the percentage of a quantity, but this time we will be using a calculator. So first example, we are going to find 37% of 600. And all of these examples are going to be using a calculator, so make sure you've got one with you when it comes to trying questions on your own. So first one, find 37% of 600. Well, first thing we are going to do is we know that when we are converting from percentages to fractions, that all percentages are out of 100. So we're going to start by writing our percentage, whatever it is, whatever that number is, as a fraction over 100. And remember, fractions mean divide. So this means 37 divided by 100. And next up, because we're finding 37% of 600, in maths, the word of means times. So whenever you see the word of in maths, if you're trying to find a percentage of something, we're going to change that word to times. So we've changed our percentage to a fraction, we've changed that word of to a multiply, and we're going to find that of 600. And when we are going to put this into a calculator, we're not going to put a fraction in. What we're going to write is 37 divided by 100 times 600. So all you need to do now is type that straight into your calculator, 37 divided by 100 times 600, to get your final answer. Okay, so the next thing I would like you to do is to try a question by yourself, and I would like you to write all 3 lines of working. If you look at this example and apply it to your question to find 27% of 400. So if you pause here and use this example to help you answer this question. Okay, hopefully you have had time to try that one and even pause now. So first up, we're going to write that percentage just as a fraction to get started. So 27, all percentages are out of 100, so we're going to write 27 over 100. We're going to change that word of to times, and we are finding it of 400, so 400 goes on the end. And what we're going to type straight into our calculator is 27 divided by 100 times 400. So type that whole line straight in, and you should have got equal 108. So well done if you got that. Okay, let's look at a second example. So this time we are going to find 6% of £325. So this time we are dealing with money. So straight off, we know previously that this percentage is always out of 100, but our first line of working, you can go straight to dividing by 100. So 6 divided by 100 times, because we're changing that word of to times, 325. So we've written down our first line of working, so you need to write this line down, and then you go ahead and type that straight into your calculator. So 6 divided by 100 times 325, you'll get 19.5. However, in our question, we are dealing with money. We're trying to find out what 6% of £325 is. Therefore, we must convert 19.5 into a monetary value. So to do that, we're going to put a pound symbol in front, and because we've got 0.5, we need to add a 0 in there to make that 50 pence. So if you're dealing with money, remember to give your answer in that form. You definitely do not want to leave it as 19.5 pounds. Okay, you need to have 2 digits after the point there for your pence. So £19.50. Okay, again, I would like you to carefully follow this example here and to help you answer this question. So find 4% of £655. I would like you to show each line of working, so you should have 3 lines of working for your question. So pause here and give that one a go. Okay, let's go over the answer. So our first line, we're going straight into the line that we're going to put into our calculator. So we're trying to find 4%. So we're going to do 4 divided by 100. And we're going to change that of to times 655. So you type that straight into your calculator to get 26.2, but because we were dealing with money, we need to have our answer actually make sense. So 4% of £655 is £26.20. If you've just got 0.2 in the end there, be super careful because you need your answer to make sense. It's £26.20. And again, really well done if you got that. Okay, we're going to go on to a third example. So as you can see, these percentages are a little trickier than the ones we've done without a calculator. And because we're now using a calculator, we can do super tricky percentages which include decimals. Okay, but we're going to follow the exact same steps. So this time we are finding 25.5% of £500. So all percentages, regardless of if there's a decimal in there, they're all out of 100. So the first line we're going to do is 25.5 divided by 100. We're then changing that off into a multiply, and we're finding the percentage of £500. So 25.5 divided by 100 times 500. Pop that straight into your calculator to get 127.5. Last thing, check your question. We're dealing with money, so we need to change our answer to actually make sense and reflect that. So our answer is £127.50. So again, when you're dealing with money, please remember to leave your answer in that form. Always remember your units and make sure it makes sense, because you don't want to have £127.5. It needs to be with a zero on there to make it 50p. Okay. And now a question for you to try. Can you please, using this example to help you, so we're going to be looking at example 3 and I would like to see all 3 lines of working. Can you please find 65.5% of £300? So if you pause here and give this one a go. Okay, hopefully you have managed to give that one a go. So using your calculator, we are going to be typing in 65.5 divided by 100. We're going to change that word of to multiply of 300. So pop that whole line straight into your calculator and you should have got 196.5. Because we were dealing with money, we need our answer to make sense, so our final answer must be £196.50. So really well done if you got that one correct. Okay, next slide is a task for you to try. So find the percentages of the number in the middle. So each time I would like you to find the percentage of 250. So for instance, 54% of 250, 72% of 250, 9% of 250, and so on, all the way around. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 questions to try. So pause the video here and work through this task. And when you unpause, I will reveal the answers. Okay, let's go over the answers. So first one, I'm going to start from here and work round clockwise. So 54% of 250, you should have typed into your calculator 54 divided by 100 times 250 to get 135. 72%, you should have typed in 72 divided by 100 times 250 to get 180. For 9%, you should have got 22.5. We're not dealing with money here, so 22.5, that answer is absolutely fine. 28%, you should have got 70. 37.5%, you should have typed into your calculator 37.5 divided by 100 times 250 to give you 93.75. 86% of 250 to get 215. 108% of 250. So because we've got 108%, This is higher than our normal limit of 100%, so we're going to be expecting a number which is greater than 250. So let's see. So you should have typed in 108 divided by 100 times 250 to get 270. And last one, 14% of 250 to get 35. So really well done if you got most of them or all of them correct. Good work. We're going to go through one last example, and this is going to be a word problem. Okay, so it's just bringing what we've previously learned to do with fractions of a quantity, but just put it into a worded problem for you to pick out the information that we're needing to answer these types of questions. So let's say, for instance, at a football match, 65% of the crowd are home fans. If the attendance is 14,000, how many are home fans? So we're saying that 65% of the crowd are home fans. If the attendance is 14,000, how many are home fans? So we are trying to figure out what 65% of the crowd is, and we know that the crowd is 14,000. So we're going to find out what 65% of 14,000 is. And using our calculator, what we're going to type in is our percentage divided by 100, so 65 divided by 100, change that word of into times, and of our attendance, which is 14,000. You just need to type that whole line straight into your calculator to get 9,100. When you are answering worded problems, it's really good habit to get into to leave your answer as a sentence. So our final answer is there are, oh, that's one too many zeros. So scrub off that last zero. There are 9,100 home fans. So leaving your answer as a little sentence is really good practice.